got there. Because I'm a good example to show you guys, you're all better than me. Okay? I'm good at that, you know. If you talk about normal guest speakers, talk about the success, how to get into great schools, determination, you know, I'm not that kind of guy. I am someone to show that failures actually means a lot to me, and hope to you too. And I guess you guys are more fortunate in some sense, so let me share my story. So I was born here, but my parents took me back to Hong Kong right away, so I lived there for like 20 years, with crappy English, of course, we don't speak English there. So, anyone of you ESL student? Only a few, okay. So I started at ESL 160 here. So it should took me a while to get into the English 1A, 1C. But I figured out some ways to get past some of the classes to try to get into that, to speed up the process, but it is hard. And talk about the high schools. We have a lot of great students from great high schools, you know, Lowell, a lot of famous students coming from there. But I was in one of the worst high school in Hong Kong, and I'm one of the worst students in the class. And I have statistics to back me up. In a class of 40 students, I was bottom 3, I guess. And the entire rank of 8th grade, there are 200 students. Academically, I was bottom 10. So you can imagine what I did. It's basically everything except studying. I do gaming, I do dating. Of course, most of the time, by my look, you can tell, I try to get in the date, okay? But not actually spending time in the dating, you know. Susan knows it. She has a list of the girls rejecting me at CCSF. She still has that list. You told me that. Okay. So in this kind of background, without any financial support at all, because my mom raised me single-handedly. My father left me when I was 5, so we are extremely poor in the sense. And then I worked hard. I tried, I failed. I tried, I failed. There are 8 universities in Hong Kong. I applied to all. I've been rejected by all. Nobody wanted me. I am regarded as a trash student in Hong Kong. Really? That's what they told me. Okay, so after I got here, it's a new start. It is really a new start, CCSF, because I can pretend I'm a good student here. Nobody knows me. You know, I can tell everyone, I was doing good in Hong Kong. That's why I transferred here, right? Because they don't know. They don't have a clue. I still ask girls out and still get rejected here. But anyway, my point is, after I got here, I started a new life. I try to do anything I can. I just want to show you guys that you have to develop your own unique path. We are unique in the sense that we are transfer students from CC, not high schools. We're not preferring those high SAT scores, you know, the same model, extremely high GPA, best internships in the town and stuff like that. Yeah. Because I didn't have that. I have to share. It may surprise you. So when I was at CCSF, I was working 2 part-time jobs, just for the money, of course. And I'm working in the LAC as a math tutor, working in the Moon Star Buffet in Daly City as a dessert server. I make ice creams, cotton candy. You know, it feels great. Except when having conversation with my friends, they're talking how they meet with the CEOs. I meet with the kids who only wants my cotton candy and all, you know. So it's kind of hard for me. So after a while, I got adjusted to the lifestyle here. When I first got here, I didn't understand the meaning of what's up. And I'm serious. They never told me that in Hong Kong. So I try to get used to everything. Start with ESL, proceed to getting good grades in English 1 and 1C. It's a long but torturing path. But it is one of the biggest obstacles for me, as you can hear right now in my accent. And so eventually I got into a lot of UCs. If you're wondering, I have a 3.87 GPA. I should have higher because the subjects I got B's in is like math 80. You just took that, right? And music 27A, something like that. It's music appreciation. I really do appreciate music right now. After I got a B there. So, and then I got into UCLA. It is my dream. From a completely trash student, I got into one of the well-known universities. Dream came true. Until they sent me a letter saying that although you're born here, although you've been paying taxes, but your parents are not California residents. So you have to pay the out-of-state tuition fee, which my family never expected, and which means I cannot go to UCLA. I had to withdraw the offer because I don't have the money. I was pissed. I was frustrated. I worked so hard for 2 years for nothing because of some reason that is not directly related to me. I seek for financial aid, I seek for everything, but there's too heavy of the debt, it's about more than 60,000, something like that. So I had to withdraw. So the only chance I can get back to school is to prove to them that I can be like 2 years of financially independent, which I can, I cannot get any dollar from my family, live here, working for 2 years. Then they may consider me resident again. That's my only chance. But my family just told me to, just get a job in Hong Kong, just give up. But I didn't. I came back here, moved out from my family, and I started living in Fruitvale, Auckland. Anyone from East Bay? If you don't know, it's kind of hard for me to adjust because I'm the only Chinese living in that neighborhood. And then, really, it's kind of hard. So, yes?
I was going to ask you about international.
No, actually, they charge me for out-of-state fee, but actually I guess it's local. I have born here, I have passport.
I'm talking about international in Oakland. You said you live by Fruit.
Yes,
right?
34th Avenue. So right beside that. Yeah, a lot of news around there. So let's continue. So I tried to find a job nearby, but couldn't because they require secondary language, Spanish, which I don't know. So I had to travel like 1 hour back to Sunset to get a job in a tiny music store. It's good for me because I can take a look at how the business runs. It's a tiny music store, Inspire Music, on Terravale. I had to do a wide range of different jobs, which may surprise you, including paychecks, including trying to sell the musical instruments, including doing the trash, including washing the bathrooms at times. That is something I never expected I had to do, especially with my UCLA dream, So it makes me think a lot by the time, while washing the bathroom. The kids are kind of messy. We have like 500 kids per week. So I was doing that, I was worried that I may not be able to get back to school again. But after 1 year, as I continue in my plan, miracle happens. And this time Berkeley accepted me. But the funny thing is UCLA rejected me this time. Maybe they think I'm just playing around, messing around, not taking it seriously. So I got into Berkeley. But the thing is they offer me a lot of loans, some scholarships, and then some grants, which is out of expectation. That is enough for me. With that fund, I can borrow some from my family, and also with some great student loans, I can finally make it to UC Berkeley. And to assure you guys, some of you may be worried that may not be able to get adjusted to the school life there. Maybe it is so competitive, so stressful. Yes, it is stressful. But to me, nothing is more stressful than the feeling when I was cleaning that I may not be able to get back as a student again. So comparatively, that is nothing. If you're doing well at CCSF right now, like 3.7, 3.8, you can keep that. I guarantee you. Although the curve at Berkeley is quite crazy, as Patrick mentioned, There's one time in my math test, I got 9 out of 10. I was ready to go out and celebrate. Right before I hit the bar, I just searched online. The class average was 9.5. So I was below average. So I just walked back home right away. So yeah, it's kind of crazy like that. But on the contrary, there's one time in the econ exam that I didn't even finish the exam. But afterwards, I got quite higher than the class average. So you never know. But as long as you're doing well here at CCSF, you can do well at account. As far as the way to get there, you heard my stories. It's kind of dramatic. That's what the counselor told me. But it's the truth. But another point is that you guys can have your own pathway. You don't have to follow. It is good to join AGS, become the president, join every great clubs here. It is a good choice. But for me, I'm with my own club, Go Club. Exactly, you guys don't even know what that is. It is a chess game, a board game in China. I just do it for fun. And then I work in restaurants. I work in many different places. And I got into a lot of UCs. Actually, all the UCs I applied to, I got in. So it means that it may not need that superior resume. It is something beneath the resume that makes you outstanding than other people. We can never judge other people by the school, It is under what circumstances they can get into that school that is important to me, at least. And then for all of you, I understand, before I transfer, I think so too, because the higher ranking, the better. But because I'm a spring transfer, because of all this crap happened to me, I get to see how my friends suffer first, okay? I get to take a good look. A lot of people get into Cal, get into UCLA, and they disappear for 2 years. Every time I ask them to hang out, I'm studying. You hear a lot of stories like that. And you can also see a blast from other people, from other UCs that are doing great, doing internships, jobs, and then doing great at school. So you need to figure out what school is the best for you. Do not blindly pursue one that is other people say it is good. It may not be for you. And it is not true that, I didn't get into any good internships. All of my jobs are minimum wage, but I still find a way to get into the school I wanted. Although I may not know whether it's suitable for me because I'm still in my first semester, but at least I want to share with you just to not take everything for granted, try to use all the resources you have, and you'll find a way there. So that's all I want to share. Questions?